Since the dawn of humanity, monuments have been erected all over the world, embodying the essence of civilizations, like pages in history. Devotion and gratitude inspired people to construct these monuments and to commemorate great events for generations to come. "26 centuries ago, an extraordinary event took place in India. Prince Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the Enlightened One. He started traveling through the towns and villages of northern India, teaching the way to liberation from suffering, setting in motion the wheel of Dhamma. His teaching of peace and harmony spread far and wide, bringing happiness wherever it went. In the years after the Buddha passed away, the Dhamma permeated life in India. Filled with devotion, people built vast monasteries and monuments to honor the Enlightened One. The one who surpassed all was the great Emperor Ashoka. He took on the duty to spread the Dhamma, erecting 84,000 monuments to commemorate the Buddha's teachings all over India. But his greatest contribution was to help spread the noble teachings beyond India. For that, he sent ambassadors of Dhamma to nearby countries. There, it took root and flourished. Wherever people benefited from the Dhamma, they built structures on the model of those in India, expressing their gratitude and devotion. These were based mostly on the shape of the ancient Sanchi Stupa, constructed by Emperor Ashoka, but the exterior design varied according to the different cultures. A few were modeled on the Mahabodhi temple in Bodh Gaya, where the Buddha had attained enlightenment. But while the light of Dhamma began to shine brightly in many countries, slowly it faded in India. The teaching became polluted, corrupted, forgotten, until it disappeared from the land of its origin. Here the wheel of Dhamma had been set in motion, only to grind to a halt. Today in India, the Buddha is still held in respect, but most Indians believe him to be just another figure in the Hindu pantheon. People have a clouded view of this greatest son of India, and they are unaware of the universal Dhamma he discovered and taught to others. The neighboring countries, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia and Laos, preserved the Buddhist scriptures in the Pali Tipitaka. This enabled the entire world, from ancient times until today, to get to know the words of the Buddha. But Myanmar preserved not only the words, it preserved the practical essence of Buddha's teaching. A chain of teachers kept alive the practice of Vipassana meditation in its pure form. Among the shining examples are the Venerable Webu Sayadaw, and before him the Venerable Lady Sayadaw, who opened the gate for all householders to come and practice Dhamma and Vipassana. He appointed his brilliant lay disciple Sayataji to be a teacher. One of Sayataji's former students was Sayaji U Bakin, who paved the way for Dhamma to spread all over the world, far beyond the borders of Myanmar. A traditional belief was handed down in the countries of Southeast Asia. 25 centuries after the Buddha, the Dhamma would return to India, the land of its origin, and spread from there around the world. The Great Vipassana Meditation Master, Sayagyi U Ba Khin, had a deep volition to help this prediction come true. He strongly felt the debt of gratitude owed by Myanmar to India for the jewel of Dharma. Sayagyi authorized his Dharma son, Satyanarayan Goenka, as a Vipassana teacher, to carry the message of Dharma back to India. Inspired by Sayagyi's vision, S.N. Goenka devoted his life to fulfilling this noble mission and started teaching Vipassana meditation in India and many other countries. Today, this Dharma mission has entered a new phase. An extraordinary monument, the Global Vipassana Pagoda, has been constructed in India, the birthland of the Enlightened One. This magnificent structure will be a beacon of Dharma, a lighthouse, dispelling the darkness of ignorance around the world. The Global Vipassana Pagoda is a symbol of gratitude to the country of Myanmar. For centuries to come, it will stand as a reminder that when the teaching was lost to India, Myanmar preserved it. The ancient stupas in Myanmar were built in the shape of Sanchi Stupa, in homage to India. Today in India, the Global Vipassana Pagoda is built in the shape of the famous Shwedagon Pagoda, in homage to Myanmar. The Global Vipassana Pagoda is an expression of gratitude to the Buddha, to the wonderful Dharma he introduced to humanity, and to the chain of teachers who preserved the Dhamma in its pristine purity. It is also an expression of gratitude to Sayagyi U Ba Khin, whose strong Dhamma volition caused the teaching to be sent back to India and from there to start spreading around the world. Hundreds of thousands of Indians and foreign visitors will visit the pagoda. The huge monument is surrounded by a wide platform with the capacity for 10,000 visitors. On the northern and southern sides, 2 additional smaller pagodas have been constructed. The Global Vipassana Pagoda is one of the most ambitious structures ever to be built. It is the world's largest dome to be constructed of stone. Unsupported by any pillar, the 97-meter diameter dome is an engineering marvel. The heavy stones were skillfully placed, interlocking into one another, to form a gigantic hollow dome structure. Tens of thousands of stones were used to create this immense monument. Thousands of trucks brought the stones from the quarries, miles away. The heavy stones were carefully cut to size and were adjusted by hand to fit the elaborate design. This demanding task of construction was performed by hundreds of skilled workers. In February 2009, a crowd of thousands gathered for the inauguration of the Global Vipassana Pagoda. A giant crystal and a flag encrusted with gems were raised to the summit. Within the domed hall below, Goenkaji explained the Dharma in the same simple, moving words he has always used. Soon afterwards, Goenkaji gave the first Dharma discourse within the completed structure. Attending the event were President Pratibha Patil and other dignitaries from India and neighbouring countries, as well as meditators from around the world. They were drawn to honour the teaching of the Buddha, now represented by this soaring monument. This unique project is more than a monument to the memory of past greatness. The imposing gilded exterior will definitely attract attention, but the interior is purely functional. Inside the pagoda is a large meditation hall where thousands of people can practice the Vipassana meditation together. One of Sayagyi Ubakin's major innovations was to make a pagoda a functional part of a meditation center. At the heart of Ubakin's meditation center in Yangon is a hollow pagoda lined with cells. This demonstrates his belief that practicing Dhamma through Vipassana meditation is the best way to honor the Buddha and experience his teaching. The Global Vipassana Pagoda will also serve as a Dharma museum and a center for learning, with facilities including libraries, multimedia presentations, and a gallery. The gallery houses remarkable paintings about the Buddha's life story and his teachings. Genuine relics of Gautama the Buddha were donated for the Global Pagoda by the Mahabodhi Society of India. The authentic relics are enshrined in the pagoda, preserved for generations to come.